Welcome to EduTap. So we are back with the 13th day where we are going to discuss 5 MCQs each day with detailed explanation. Now this is a regular series which is offered by EduTap where we come up with 5 different MCQs for NABARD Grade A and B 2018 examination. Now these questions also have relevance for those examinations that have agriculture as its core component like IBPS AFO, FCI, IBPS AFO Scale 2 in RRB 2018 examinations. As we all know that the NABARD Grade A notification is out and the exam dates are as follows. Prelims will be held on 12th May 2018 and mains on 6th June 2018. I hope you guys are preparing well for the examination, and to help you out, EduTap has come up with this series where you can revise a lot of concepts through these MCQs. To know more about our courses, kindly visit our website at www.edutap.co.in. Currently, we are running a flat 30% discount on our NABARD course. Kindly use the coupon code NABARD30 to avail the discount. Also, for those who have subscribed to our RBI Grade B 2018 course, kindly drop us a mail to avail 50% discount. Friends, today what we shall be doing is we shall be discussing 5 MCQs that are related to the various indices released by organizations, right? So these are very simple questions. You need to memorize the important data, and if we find a question on these in the examination, it is going to be a very simple, straight, solid marks, right? So let us begin the discussion. The first question is, which of the following organizations releases the Corruption Perception Index? Kindly note this name. This question can be mapped to the ESI section. It is a part of the current affairs, right? So the answer to this question is Transparency International. Kindly memorize this. Let's see some of the important points with regard to this index, right? So this Transparency International that releases this index is based in Berlin. Berlin is in Germany. Now, what is this Transparency International? It's an NGO. Okay, its purpose is to combat global corruption and prevent criminal activities which arise from corruption. Okay, now this particular index is compiled by using the data which is taken from World Bank, World Economic Forum and other institutions. Now, there's a definition which is given by this Corruption Perception Index regarding corruption. What is that definition? The misuse of public power for private benefit. Okay, so now this index ranks the countries on a scale of 0. If you get a score of 0, that means that country is highly corrupt. To 100, that means you're very clean. There is no corruption prevailing, right? So this is a kind of scenario which we are going to see, and the levels of corruption is basically measured in the public sector. So kindly note this. So not much to be remembered. Which organization releases it? Transparency International. Where is it based? In Berlin, Germany, right? And the data which is being used by this organization is of World Bank, World Economic Forum and other institutions, right? Scoring is from 0 to 100. Now let us see the various rankings. So the Corruption Perception Index that is available with us is that of the year of 2017. Now this is the latest that is available. So we need to memorize this for our examination. Okay. So 180 countries have been ranked. Out of that, New Zealand has taken the first spot. So we have just seen that it ranks countries from 0 to 100. If the score is towards 100, that means that country is less corrupt, right? Then it is followed by Denmark. Okay, so if you see India's rank is 81st. Very important. Kindly note this. Okay, so in the year 2016, India was placed in the 79th position. This also is important. Comparison can be made, right? So these are some of the important data that you need to memorize. And what is India's score? 40. So here we come to the second question. It says, what has been India's rank out of 114 countries totally in the Energy Transition Index 2018? So India has been ranked 78th. This particular question can be mapped to the ESI section under current affairs. If you want to map it to specific topic, we can map it to sustainable development and environmental issues. Now, this index is released as part of a particular report. What is the name of the report? Fostering Effective Energy Transition. This particular report is released by the World Economic Forum. Now, where is World Economic Forum headquartered? In Geneva. Where is Geneva? Switzerland. Right? This is also important. Then, what does this index basically do? It ranks countries on how well they are able to balance energy security, right? And access with environmental sustainability and affordability. Okay. Now, what are the top 3 countries? Sweden, Norway, and Switzerland. What is India's rank? Just now we had seen in the question, 78 out of 114 countries. Now, what is the methodology? You don't need to go into detail, but just understand that it is based on 2 core areas. Okay? That is the system performance score and the transition readiness score. Just know this much, it is more than enough. And the scores are based on a scale of 0 to 100%. And 100% being the target value. That is, if you approach towards 100%, it is a good thing. Now let us have a look at some facts which are related to India. So this is a point which is mentioned in the report that between the years 2013 and 2018, India has actually improved its performance score by 5.6 percentage points. Kindly note this because this was specifically mentioned in the report. Okay, and now based on this, let us just have a look at an important fact that you need to memorize. Now, India has a target of achieving 175 gigawatt of renewable energy by the year 2022. So both this you need to memorize. How much gigawatt as well as what is the target year, right? And there's one more important information that India plans to shift completely to electric vehicles by the year 2030. This also you need to memorize. Now let us come to the third question. It says, what was India's rank out of 180 countries in the Environmental Performance Index? Right? This particular question can be linked to the ESI section. Again, it comes under current affairs. And if we map it to specific topics, sustainable development and environmental issues. The answer to this question is 177. Important one. Now, this particular report that we are talking about, right, is released by Yale and Columbia Universities in collaboration with World Economic Forum. We just now saw that World Economic Forum is headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland, right? Now, what does this index EPI do? It identifies the targets for several core environmental policy categories, and based on these, it actually measures how countries come closer to the target that they have set. Right? So here, this particular report that we are talking about, that is the 2018 report, it finds that air quality is the leading environmental threat to public health. So this is some of the insight that this particular report has come out with. Now, what are the scores? It is given on a scale of 0 to 100. What are the top 3 countries? Switzerland, France, Denmark. Now, friends, here in this particular slide, you can see that the score is calculated for 10 major environmental issues categories. So just pause for a minute, just roughly go through these 10 factors or the issues that are considered. Okay, you don't need to memorize, but at least have a look. So in case if there is a possibility and if you get one of these in the options, you can at least mark having a rough idea regarding it. Now, what has been India ranked at? Like, it is 177 among 180. Just now we have seen that as part of a question. What was India's rank in 2016 report? 141. Okay, so basically this report comes once in 2 years. So that's why we are seeing here 2016, the previous report, and now 2018 report. Okay, so we have seen that India has actually slipped drastically. Now here we come to the fourth question. It says the Inclusive Development Index is released by which of the following organizations? Right? So this particular question can be mapped to the ESI section under current affairs. So it is basically released by World Economic Forum. Now this particular index is released by the World Economic Forum. It is basically an annual assessment. Every year it is done for 103 countries. Okay, and if you see, important point to notice, it has three pillars on which this assessment is done: growth and development, inclusion, and intergenerational equity and sustainability. Okay, score is given from 1 to 7. 1 is worst and 7 is best. Now we need to note that this particular index ranks the economies into two groups, separately for advanced and separately for emerging. Okay, so it ranks 29 advanced economies and 74 emerging economies. Right? So it has also come out with the classification of various countries into 5 subcategories. Now on what basis are they classified? In terms of their 5-year trend of their overall inclusive development growth score. So what are the 5 subcategories? Receding, slowly receding, stable, slowly advancing, and advancing. Okay, these are some of the important information. Here you can see the same thing that we were talking about, the 3 pillars on which the assessment is done: growth and development, inclusion, intergenerational equity, and sustainability. Now here you can see that the ranking is given. Okay, so as I told you, separately for advanced economies and separately for emerging economies. So Norway stands first in this category and Lithuania in this category. Now let us see some of the facts related to India. India was ranked 62nd among the emerging economies. What was the score of India? 3.09. The score is from 1 to 7. Okay. India's rank in the year 2017 was 60. Now this year, India was among the 10 emerging economies with advancing trend. We just now saw that countries are classified into 5 subcategories based on their 5-year trend of this particular index score. Okay, so India is classified as advancing. Now let us discuss question number 5. The question says the Union Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs has launched a livability index to rank Indian cities. How many cities will be ranked? Okay, so the answer to this question is 116. Kindly memorize this, it's an important question. This particular question can link to the ESI section. It comes under current affairs, but if you want to link it to the specific question topic, it comes under urbanization. So the Union Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs has launched this livability index to rate basically 116 Indian cities. Right? Now, what is the aim behind launching this index? To measure the quality of life. Now, the cities that have been selected include 99 smart cities, certain capital cities, and those with a population of over 1 million. So, 1 million is equal to 10 lakh. Right? Now, this particular ranking has been funded by World Bank, and we expect the rankings to be released by June 2018. Okay, so this assessment that we are talking about is basically conducted along with the Economic Intelligence Unit. Fine, this is a unit of The Economist, that is a London-based weekly. Now, this Economic Intelligence Unit has already developed a livability index for rating 140 cities globally. So, we are talking about an index that was released for the various cities of the world at the global level. So, 2 Indian cities found its place in that index. One is Mumbai and one is Delhi. Mumbai was at the 115th spot and Delhi at the 100th spot. Now this particular index that we are talking about will assess cities on a comprehensive set of 79 indicators. So 116 cities, Indian cities, to be ranked on 79 indicators. Fine, this is important. These 79 indicators are based on 4 broad pillars: physical, institutional, social, and economic. Here are the answers for the questions that we have discussed. So friends, with this we have come to the end of this video today. So we have kept it very simple today. We have discussed 5 different indices. Kindly go through each. Keep in mind which organization or agencies releases that particular index. Where is that agency headquartered? What is India's rank in it, right? What was India's last year's rank? If there are any important parameters mentioned, kindly memorize them as well. Then you can also see the top country in that particular index. So kindly memorize these important facts then and there. Don't delay it. While you're seeing this video, pause the video so that you can memorize these facts. Right? So if you found this video useful, kindly like, subscribe and share. And thank you so much for your enormous response. It really gives us the motivation to work harder each day. Now, the PDF of this particular video can be accessed through the EduTap's Telegram channel, and the link for it is given on your screens. So till then, thank you and happy learning.